is now the fourth wave, right?
Yeah, this is the fourth
You're
wave.
officially wave 4. All right.
Yes.
Then people probably know me now. I'm Cait. I'm the team physical therapist for Excel Academy. And this is kind of our initial assessment here. So what happens in this part is I ask you a really large amount of questions,
Alrighty.
kind of trying to figure out what, if any, concerns you have, what kind of injuries you've dealt with, if you've dealt with injuries, kind of what existing programs you have in place for yourself and what good habits you've developed. And then that gives me a base to build something that fits you. The end goal of this is to build you a kind of warm-up, break time, and cool down routine that's really easy, doesn't take up much time, kind of just becomes like an easy, relaxed habit.
Right. Okay.
All right, so starting out with, have you had any injuries before?
Not really. But I started like feeling once I was like playing for a long period of time. I was playing on keyboard and on my arcade stick, and then I developed like like I don't know. I would say like it was like a stingy pain whenever I would do my hand like this, like down, and it would hurt all the way here.
Okay. Is that still going on now?
No, it actually disappeared. It went off by itself, and I don't know. I don't really know why, but I started feeling that.
Okay. When did that start and when did it go away?
Like it started like later, like in November, and then it went away on like February this year. It lasted like for 3 months.
Okay. Was there anything that particular that changed when it started or when it stopped? Like, did you take up any new hobbies? Did you do any new exercises? Did you move apartments? None of the
No,
above?
actually, no, just not. No, I was just like playing there pretty much like long period of hours on my keyboard and mouse, and I think that was it. Probably, I'm not really sure.
That is most likely it. What you're describing, especially the motion that you were describing, kind of looks like something called Baker-Veins tenosynovitis, which is a really fancy way of saying an inflammation of the sheath that surrounds your tendon and make sure that it glides nice and smoothly. And it could be that your body just became adapted to the amount of stress you were placing it under, and then was able to adapt and accommodate, which is the really nice thing about the human body. It's remarkably adaptive and accommodating. You just need to give it the right help with adapting. So no injuries, which is good. What kind of things do you do to stay active?
I pretty much just go to the gym 2 hours a day. I do weightlifting, bars, and then 1 hour of that, and then 1 hour of spinning.
Okay, so you're kind of hitting all of your major muscle groups, and you're hitting your cardio.
But
Awesome.
to be honest, other than that, I just like I do that. I don't do anything else. Like I just go to the gym and then I come back and I do the same as I do every single day. She's like being here to practice or playing or like working on my computer and stuff like that.
Hey, that's perfectly fine. Seriously, 2 hours a day of exercise is fantastic. You're doing great. I'm not going to change a thing about that.
All right.
What kind of things do you do to warm up either for when you go lifting or when you're playing?
When I go lifting, I have my coach. Like we have a warming up routine, and we do stretches and stuff like that, and that's pretty much it. But whenever I start playing, I don't do anything at all. It's just like hop on and play.
Okay, so with your lifting coach, is your program written down anywhere or
It's just like
kind of you guys?
yeah, it's just like a gym coach, and he has a
Okay.
class, and I take his class. I don't do it by myself. I take his class actually.
Okay. Is this is for your lifting class?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Do you guys ever use like TheraBands in your warm-ups? It's kind of like a stretchy rubber band kind of.
He recommends us to use them, but I haven't bought any actually.
Okay. Let's see. What kind of things do you do for your warm-up there? About how long does it take?
It takes about like 10 minutes, like for like 7 to 10 minutes. We're doing like stretches. We go like neck, shoulders, arms, and then we kind of like do splits and like go down and stretch like that, and then move back, and stuff like that. It's
Okay.
like it's like the warm up is like 2 songs actually.
Okay.
And I actually get tired doing the warm up.
So the reason I ask is just because if you've got something that you already do as a warm-up before you do an activity that's kind of high energy and intense and like you're really drawing on like your body's ability to like lift heavy shit, which is kind of impressive, then I want to be able to incorporate some elements of that warm-up. Obviously the ones that aren't going to be getting in the way of other players, but I want to be able to kind of incorporate some of those elements into your gaming warm-up because I want it to be as much like a psychological mindset as it is a physiological help, because I want to be able to help you get into that competitive state of like, okay, this is competitive switch on, now I'm ready to go kick ass.
All right, I like that.
Which generally speaking, when you're lifting things, you are about ready to kick ass.
Yeah, and that's pretty much my mentality when I go into that gym. Like I'm lifting with other people, but it feels like kind of like competitive, you know, because
There's a little
there's
bit of
other,
competition there.
yeah.
Awesome. Good.
And that
We're
pushes
always
me, and
drawing
that
that
pushes
then.
me to do it like further and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was actually this was something that I did with Romanova as well, and Pichan because they're both also lifters. I made sure
Yeah,
that
they
part
do
of
a lot of
their
work.
gaming warm up was related to their weightlifting warm up because like who doesn't feel more badass when they're doing squats? All right, so that's something I'm definitely going to draw on. I see you've got a chair with armrests, which makes my day because not everybody actually uses their armrests. Do you normally use yours while you're gaming?
No,
Okay. Even when you're doing PC, like keyboard and mouse?
no, I like this.
Okay. Um, let's see. Just a sec. There we go. That's the thing I was looking for. All right. What kind of do you do anything in particular when it comes to your nutrition, or do you just hit general macro goals, or what does it work?
Like, do you mean like my diet? If I
Mhm.
follow a diet or something like that? I don't specifically follow a diet, but I have like my times. At least I try to eat twice a day. But let me tell you, there have been days where I literally don't eat nothing at all day until like I'm actually hungry. And I don't know why that happens, to be honest. I don't know, it might be like I'm stressed or something like that, but I've had those days. And literally like 2 days ago was one of those days where I literally just I got out of the bed and I like started playing, then I started like working on something else and time went by and I never got hungry.
That's definitely something that you're going to want to pay attention to at tournaments
Yes.
because it's going to be crazy busy. There's going to be lots of stress. You're going to be moving. You're going to be playing. You're going to be getting ready for pools and then finding your pools. And then, oh my God, where the heck is my, bracket captain and all that. So when it comes to tournaments, it can be really helpful to have stuff packed for yourself just
Just
because,
like a snack
like
or
just having it
something.
on hand makes it so much more likely that you're actually going to eat it. Even if you're just like eating it nervously because you're not actually hungry, but like you're nervous. So you're
Yeah.
eating. That's
But what
better
would
than
you
not
but
eating.
what would you recommend? Like snacks, bars, and stuff like that?
Absolutely. You can pack granola bars. You can pack snacks like nuts and dried fruit are really good. They also don't melt, which is really helpful. Um, let's see. What else have I packed that's worked really well? I've packed jerky before. Like I like beef jerky.
Jerky? I like jerky too, with lemon.
Jerky's great. Jerky's a nice little boost there. I love also the Nature Valley oat and dark chocolate bars. They're delicious.
Oh yeah,
The
they're
problem is
so
they're
good.
just they're pretty dry, so you have to make sure that you've got like a source of water relatively nearby, and not every tournament lets you bring water in with you. If they don't, though, finding kind of a concession stand inside that sells water, that's the place to be. Um, I'll make sure that I send you kind of my go-to list of snacks for tournaments. Because again, just
Alrighty.
having that on hand makes it so much more likely that you're going to eat at least something
Yeah,
healthy
because
that
whenever like I've been to tournaments before, but like you're right, every time I'm at a tournament, I'm always like back and forth and like doing all these things, and I totally forgot to eat sometimes.
right. And if you do have like half a second to remember, oh, I'm hungry, I should eat something,
Yeah,
the only thing
yeah, yeah, that
available is like
happens to me a
concession
lot.
stand food, and your options are like nachos or a hot dog. Which, like,
Exactly.
not to knock nachos and hot dogs. I like both of them, but there's a time and a place.
They're gonna be off the diet this month.
All right. What kind of things do you do for work?
For work, I
Mhm.
do modeling. I do freelance modeling. I've been doing
Okay.
shoots. I've been doing that for already like 3 years.
Okay.
Sometimes like since I live in San Diego, I go up all the way to LA. Like I drive all the way there because it's like either once a week, twice, or maybe like an entire week of like fit-ins and stuff like that. And
Right. When you're doing that drive between San Diego and LA, do you ever have any like back pain, soreness, stiffness resulting from that?
no, not really.
Okay.
Actually, it's actually amazing to me that most of the time I'm just sitting on my computer and I've never experienced back problems and stuff like that. But I'm scared to develop some back problems because of it being seated too much.
I can definitely make sure that one of the things I put in there for you, in addition to kind of just like these, these quick little warm up break time cool down routines, I can put in some exercises that you can do for your back, just like real easy postural stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, that's absolutely something we can do. Especially too, because you're doing that lifting and that spinning, you really are engaging a lot of your core muscles to do that well and safely, especially if you're doing it under the supervision of a coach. So I wouldn't be terribly worried about the fact that you spend a good deal of time sitting because you also spend a good deal of time not. The time that you spend not sitting, you're doing really good active things that are engaging your muscles to give you that active support. So I think you're doing just fine on that front.
Okay.
Good job. All right. So here's what I'm going to do kind of with what you gave me. I'm going to work on developing a warm-up routine that really focuses on using some of the elements from your weightlifting warm-up routine, as well as some gaming-specific stuff. So making sure that you're kind of ready for that. I'm going to make you a quick little 2 to 5 minute break routine, something that you can do either in between matches or after your pools end. Just keep your mind fresh, keep your body active, not let you get too sore. And then I'll design a cool down. And the goal of that one is to kind of make it slower and more relaxed. So you're transitioning out of that competitive mindset and getting ready to go hang out with friends that you haven't seen and won't see all year again, except at this one particular tournament, which happens every tournament.
Every tournament.
Without fail. That's one of my favorite things about tournaments, honestly, not just in the playing, because Lord knows I'm terrible and I drown in pools constantly. But look, I get to see all these.
But you get to see all the people, and you get to hang out with other cool people. Because I've met amazing people in the FGC, throughout the world, and that's so cool.
Yeah, I especially love there's so many really great women in gaming movements that have been springing up. There's Frame Fatales for speed running. There's Smash Sisters. There's Combo Queens. There's Dessa Ladies, which is great.
And now we have EXO Academy.
And we now have EXO Academy. Hello, here we are. All right, so we'll kind of get those routines put together. I'll make sure that I give you some good references on awesome snacks to bring with you to tournaments.
Yeah.
With a focus on stuff that makes it easily through airport security.
Specifically, yeah.
That's important. Either that or is you can buy it literally anywhere, so you can get there and buy it. And then I'll also make sure to give you kind of some ideas for back exercises you can do if you're particularly concerned about that. But again, I think with the workout program you're currently doing, you're really on top of that.
Awesome.
All right. Did you have any other questions for me?
Is there a way where I get tilted sometimes? I get salty, as we would call it. Is there something I can do to bear that out and just take a quick break in between and maybe, I don't know, do something to make myself feel a little bit better?
Sure. I think it's a really great idea to channel that kind of angry energy into something that makes you a little bit fatigued. So getting up and doing just 10 to 15 air squats, doing lunge up and down a hallway, doing a set of push-ups, doing burpees. If you're really mad, do burpees. You can't be mad when you're doing burpees because you're too tired to be mad.
Exactly.
So doing something big and energetic is one option. Doing something that's calmer and centering is also another option. So doing something like a series of deep breathing with some stretches, if you want to really de-tilt and not just expend the energy. Let me make sure that that's something I put in there for you too. I'm gonna write that down right now.
All right.
I'm gonna put in 2 options for a de-tilting routine. So either really high energy stuff or really
I'm so gonna embrace that.
There was at one point when I was captaining a Dota team, I seriously considered buying just a big heavy punching bag for the times that I was playing ranked gaming, because good Lord, sometimes you just need that punching. That is an option, but that's expensive.
I've seen those before. Actually, one of my my go-to things that I actually do whenever I'm playing online and I get tilted, I have pictures of puppies on the second monitor.
That's an excellent idea.
And then I get tilted and I look at them like, oh, that's so cute.
I can't be tilted anymore. This puppy's adorable.
I know.
Oh, also, okay, not technically part of your program, but I'm definitely now going to send you a picture of the puppy that one of my patients brought into clinic the other day. He's a little puppy King Corso, and his paws are almost as big as my hand.
Oh, and hairy.
So fuzzy. All right, so we've got the de-tilting routine. We've got kind of those warm-up, break, and cool-down routines with some ideas about exercises and snacks. That's going to be what we're going to go over next week. So we'll go over the routines that I've designed, the warm-up, break, and cool-down one specifically. We'll chat a little bit about snacks and de-tilting. And then if you think of any other questions between now and again, feel free to send those to me here or save them for next Wednesday. Either's fine.
All right.
All right. In that case, I will see you again next week around the same time.
Alrighty.
And you can feel free to hit me up anytime, though. You've got me on Discord now, so feel free to hit me up whenever.
Yeah, we'll give you calls if anything happens. I'll call you whenever I'm tilted.
Feel free to tell me when you're tilted. I'll just send you pictures of my cat.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Cait.
We started playing fetch, which is even more adorable. So if
Your
you're
cat
really,
plays
like, let
fetch?
me know, like, red alert when you're really tilted, and I'll send you the video of her playing.
Oh, that's so adorable. A cat playing fetch?
It does.
Oh my god, so
He's the
cute.
sweetest. All right, so I will see you next week around this time. I promise to bring pictures of cats.
Alrighty. I'll see you next week, Cait. It was really nice meeting with you. Adios.